Hello everyone, I am Synapsis and I will be bringing you a Modern Magic. Today I'll be doing that with a brew of mine, and well, if you just look at the deck it doesn't really look like much. It seems like a bunch of random cards thrown together. However, I assure you there is a plan behind this deck, and that plan is to play threats like Kozilek Predator that don't really match up with their removal. In Modern, at the moment there's a lot of spot removal like lightning bolts and path to exiles going around. However, the plan behind this deck is to use creatures that leave something behind even when our opponent deals with them. So with Nest Invader and Kozilek Predator might not be the most splashy and strong cards on their own. However, they do come with a bunch of Eldrazi spawn tokens, and those tokens are can be pretty valuable, and in our deck they are. So even if our opponent deals with the Predator and the Nest Invaders, they aren't really getting value from their removal spells because they can't remove all the spawns with them, and that is the plan of the deck. So how are we going to put those spawn tokens to use? Well, first is Elesh Norn, which just same principle. Our opponent might be able to remove her, but the moment she comes into play she already has a huge effect by killing a lot of our opponent's creatures. And if they don't deal with her, well, all our spawn tokens are now 2/3s, and a lot of those can end the game pretty quickly. Hellrider was in there for a while. I don't know if it still should be in there. Maybe. I'm just having one in there to see how it goes for testing purposes. It's really fun to just swing, well, to have a lot of 0/1s on the board and play a Hellrider and swing for lethal when they don't really expect anything. So the surprise value of the Hellrider is why it's still in there. I don't know if it should be. Mirror Entity is a recent addition. I really like this card, but I haven't tested it yet. So that's what I'm focusing my testing on today, if Mirror Entity is a decent addition to the deck. The downside is I have to pump mana into it for it to be decent. But the plus side, it is a shapeshifter, which means it is an Eldrazi. If you look at all the other cards, creatures, these are Eldrazi. And Kozilek eventually is also an Eldrazi. That means with Cavern of Souls, all our threats, all our creatures are uncounterable, which further makes their removal, if it is counter magic based, less good against us because all our threats are going to end up on the battlefield eventually. Back to Mirror Entity. This is the reason why I want it in my deck over other Anthem effects. Also because this can mean the moment this comes into play, even if they have a removal spell, I can pump mana into it to make all my creatures lethal anyway. So even if they have removal for it, I can get value out of it. That's the plan. And the other big way to turn these tokens into threats are the Gavony Townships. They are really strong. So that's not the only way to use the tokens. We can also use them for what they were designed to do, to ramp into big Eldrazi spells. Kozilek is a one-off spell that operates on the same principle. When you cast it, we already got value out of it. We drawn 4 cards. And those cards will probably be spawn creators, token creators, and 1 or 2 ways to turn those tokens into threats. As a way to stop our opponent from doing stuff, we have lightning bolts, a single path to exile. I want to put another path in, maybe for the Hellrider. I am not sure yet, but I do want a second path. A Banefire as an additional removal spell that can double as a win condition later in the game. Swinging with the Hellrider and then using all those tokens to create Banefire mana is just one of the most delicious ways to win a game. Well, beside Banefire, Lightning Bolts and Path to Exiles, We also have All Is Dust. It's a little bit expensive for a sweeper, but we get to keep our spawn tokens around, which is quite relevant. That means it's not one-sided. Well, it's actually one-sided Rod of God. The fact that it is 7 mana doesn't really mean that much, because we can sacrifice our spawn tokens to pay for it. And if we have an Eye of Ugin, it only costs 5 mana. So that's the deck. Let's see if this deck can perform